Hey, Larry. Hello, Stella. Hello, Lily. Are you being brave? She probably didn't enjoy her day too much, but I think these guys did. As you can see, they've knocked the stool down over there. And a couple other random things they knocked down, but... Hey, Ara, Cody. No major damage, and that I've noticed yet. I do see this little windsock thing for a microphone that they found. But overall, I think they mostly behaved themselves until now. Now Lily's mad because Zelda is on my desk. It's all right, Lily. Everybody's cool. She says, yeah, right. What are you so angry about? Clara's not angry. What? Don't take it out on Clara. She didn't do anything. Did you? You didn't do anything, did you? Oh, we've got a standoff. Hey, Aaron. Oh. I don't know where Stumpy went and hid. Sorry about having to reschedule this morning. It was kind of an eventful morning for me. Like I said earlier, I was awake in time to be here by 9, but it just was not meant to be. Well, depends on perspective. I got to get out and metal detect a little bit, but I got skunked. I didn't find much of anything. A few modern pennies, and I did find a little, I don't know if it's brass or bronze, little decorative piece off of something. It's like a cat, a mama cat, and a kitten. So I thought that was appropriate. I should have brought it to show you guys. Not that it's worth anything, but I thought it was neat. I have no idea what it came off of, though. It was something decorative, though, whatever it was. But yeah, this morning, early this morning, try not to get into too much graphic detail, but I have acid reflux. And sometimes, in the middle of the night, it wakes me up. I have reflux and it makes me choke in my sleep, more or less. And I woke up to that at like 3 o'clock this morning. It doesn't happen very often, but when it does, it's awful. So yeah, that was my rude awakening around 3. Well, rude awakening number 1. Rude awakening number 2 happened about 6 or 6:15, I guess. There was partial daylight. I didn't look at the clock, but it was early. And we had let Tabby sleep in the bed with us. It was Tabby and Russell, and Mabel was in there as always. Everything had gone fine. Most of the time they sleep through the night. And no, Ara, it's probably, well, if you can see my pinky, it's probably every bit of my pinky in height. But yeah, we woke up to a loud commotion, and I can't for sure blame Tabby, but one of the 3, I'm seriously suspecting Tabby, jumped in our window, and apparently he clawed on the curtains and pulled the curtain rod down. And as the curtain rod came down, he came down with it and fell on the lamp, knocked the lamp over, and broke part of the lamp. So that was a big to-do. So we got that situated. The lamp wasn't totally broke. It was, it's fixable. We got it back together and went back to sleep for a little bit. And I got up around 8. And this is also gross, but hey, Abby. Not terribly gross. I mean, if you have cats in your home, you've probably done this, but I got up around 8. Hey, Charlie. Hopped out of bed, went to feed everyone. And of course, I just hopped up. I didn't have shoes on or anything, and in my half-asleep stupor, my bare feet found a hairball. So that made me happy. Yeah, it's the worst. Yeah, everybody's fine. We don't find too many hairballs around our house, but my luck is when I find them with my feet. So yeah, and then after all that was said and done, I needed to put new batteries in my detector. And my new detector is a little different. The mechanism that holds the battery is a little different. And I had the detector stood up leaning against a wall, and I went to pull the batteries out, and it's like a little tray that holds the batteries in there. Well, I went to pull the tray out, and the little battery compartment thing fell and hit the concrete, and the top of it broke off. What are you doing, Zelda? Looking all crazy-eyed. So yeah, it broke off. I went and got some super glue, and I initially just tried to glue it on there. And it looked like it was going to hold until I put the batteries in there, and then the tension of the batteries popped it back off. And I was like, well, crap, how am I going to do this today? So I ended up gluing it again and then getting some electrical tape and putting it on the top, and it managed to hold it together for today. But I've got to order a new one, or they may even give it to me. It's under warranty. I just got the thing like 3 weeks ago. So, but yeah, all I needed today was to go out and find some good stuff in the ground, and that, other than that little decorative piece and what I think maybe a watch fob, that was about it. The only coins I found were like 6 or 7 modern pennies and a modern dime. But alas, I was not at work today. I got to goof around outside, so I'll call it a win. Don't eat my shoelaces, please. So yeah, that's why my morning was all crazy, and I had to rush up here because one of my coworkers was going out with me today to metal detect, and I was going to end up keeping him waiting if I had to stay up here too long. So I just kind of did my chores and left from here. And I brought my little tripod thing for my phone, and I forgot it. It's in the truck. I didn't realize that until I got all the way up here, so we're just gonna make do with what we got. But I figure I would do this first, and then I'll feed them, so maybe when they get done running around, which they should be hungry anyway, because I'm betting that they ran around all day. Probably hasn't been too much napping going on. I checked in on them periodically and never saw anybody sleeping except for Stella. Sorta. These two look the most alike. That's Lionel and that's Zelda. He's a little bigger, and she's got a little white streak between her eyes. And you probably can't tell, but she's got a gray toe. But it's a little easier to tell them apart now than it used to be because Lionel has outgrown her. And the other one with a similar pattern is Wilson. Hank is classic tabby. He's got more black on him. I don't want it to blink. But yeah, as I said, Saturdays aren't supposed to be so stressful, especially that early in the day, but we made it. You gonna get up for it, Doc? Probably not. Wilson is very selfish with the dot. He doesn't want anybody else to get it. Do you? Is that your dot? No, he really doesn't. With the feather toys, he's a little more tolerant of it. He'll sort of get in the middle, but not so much with the dot because they start running around and acting crazy. They all are when they get to running around. Get it, Clara? Can't stay up here too late tonight because I have to stop at the grocery store to get something for Melanie, as Stella chases after Lily. Stella, I really hope that didn't go on all day. I'm struggling to figure out how to make them get along. You guys don't like that either. Good. As I said, I checked in on them periodically, and I didn't notice anything, but I wasn't watching all day or anything. And Melanie peeked in on them from home a few times, I think. Clara. It's all right, Clara. You'll have the room to you and your friends. Oh yeah, that's a favorite. That couch is toast. You know, it's been discussed several times about throwing it away long before the cats, so I'm not overly concerned about it. I don't know how old it is, but I know it's been up here for 14 years. Well, thank you, Aaron. I appreciate it. I don't really have a whole lot planned for tomorrow, so I don't have to get up and rush and do anything. And my coworker will be in the morning to take care of these guys, so the close-up will be sometime tomorrow afternoon and evening. Tonight should be mostly uneventful. As I say, I got to go to the grocery store for Melanie and go by the hardware store and pick up. Got a new shower rack thing that is made of aluminum, and you have to cut one piece of it to size with a little cutting tool like you would use for conduit and stuff like that. Don't bite on him, Wilson. See, he gets all selfish. It's like, that's my dot. No one else can have it. But beyond that, I'm gonna finalize my Christmas shopping this evening. At least that's my plan. Well, there will be a little driving tomorrow, but not until late afternoon, early evening. At least that's the plan, unless something comes up. I'll try to remember to bring the little bronze, brass, whatever cat thing I found tomorrow. Yeah, it's crazy that we're at the end of another year. It's also crazy that the majority of this year has involved all these guys. I'm not wishing them away or anything, but I had hoped to have them in good homes by now. It just wasn't meant to be. But maybe after Christmas we'll have some better luck. It's your dot now. Clara says she wants a turn. Lily and Stumpy are up there observing. I don't think they'll come back down until Stella is back in her room. Are you interested now, Doc? No? Hank's not going to let you be. Yeah, they're about, well, Doc was born in April 28th, I believe. So Doc is almost 8 months. Or is that almost 9 months? No, that's 8 months. And the others are 7 months. Clara is probably a little over a year. I'm not sure about Stella. She's probably 3 or so. Three or 4. And I'm more and more hopeful that we can find a home for Stella, but she'll probably need to be the only cat. She loves attention, but she only gets along with her offspring. She doesn't get along with Clara. She doesn't get along with Doc. She definitely doesn't get along with Lily and Stumpy. She just wants to chase them and be mean. But if she's the only cat in the house, I think she will thrive. Wilson, you just won't give Doc a turn, huh? You can barely see Lily on that chair. I don't think Stumpy has noticed it. Or is just not interested. Yeah, I think she would do good there. I don't know. My only concern with Stella at this point is she going to be one that... See, we're on the 3rd floor. There's not really anywhere she can escape, but I just wonder if she's in a 1st floor apartment or a 1-story house, if she's going to try to run out the door on someone. I don't know what the memory span of a cat is, but I mean, she lived outside for 3 or 4 years, so hopefully she's forgotten all that and has no desire to go outside anymore. Where did it go, Lionel? Hello, Stumpy. You gonna come down here? This is Stumpy's "I'm hungry" posture. Just gonna rub all over everything because I'm hungry, and somehow that's supposed to get me food. Zelda, what are you doing? I think everyone is kind of winding down though from running around all day. You want to turn now, Doc? Now that everybody's leaving it alone. Hank has been a little less bashful the past couple of days. I hope that's a trend that continues. Normally he's very shy and runs away at the slightest sound or movement when other people are here. He hasn't done that the last couple of days. I think Doc and Lionel would go together as a nice pair. They've kind of befriended one another lately. It used to be he and Percy that would do this, but now he's taking it up with Lionel. Yeah, that's in my future plans, is to build a little catio for ours. Hey, Abby. We have the rescue group we've been dealing with has 2 cat condos, and one of them is at our house right now on our patio. It's just been either really cold or raining the past week or two, so they haven't been able to go out on it much. I'm doing good, Abby. How are you? Not much longer, Abby. I've still got a couple of errands to run on my way home, so, and I have not fed these guys or scooped the boxes again tonight, so I still have to do all that before I leave. What do you see, Doc? Stella creeping up. That's Wilson, that's not Stella. He's on high alert about something. Well, that would be a pretty long close-up, for one, and two, my phone battery would not last that long. But if you go to our channel, you can watch these guys all night long. You can actually watch Doc and Lily and Stumpy and Clara all night long too, but a little harder to see them with the way the camera's set up. Yeah, it still wouldn't last 2 hours, Abby. And you're welcome, R. Cody. I mean, We never get terribly crowded here. I mean, I think the max we've ever had here at any one time is 15 or 20 at the most. It's from alley to attic. If you go below the video, just click on our, or maybe Larry could post a link or something in here to the main channel. But you should see our link at the below the video screen if you're on a computer. Thank you, Larry. But yeah, there's 3 streams. What are you doing to your foot, Lionel? Biting his toenails, I guess. But there's 3 streams that go 24 hours on the weekends, and the main room camera goes down during office hours during the week. I turned that one off, but the other 2 are up 24/7. Did you take care of it, Lionel? I guess you did. Don't eat stuff off the floor. Nope. Leave that alone. You don't need to eat fuzz. I'll feed you in a minute so you don't have to eat things off the floor. But I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap up for today so I can get started on this and get my errands done so I can go home and do my Christmas shopping and get that finished and out of my brain. I don't want to have to think about that anymore. Every year I say, well, I'm going to start early this year. Thank you, R. Cody. Yeah, every year I say I'm going to start early. I'm not going to wait till, a week or 2 out. And every year I wait till a week or 2 out. I don't know what I'd do without Amazon. So yeah, thank all you guys. I appreciate it. And remember, tomorrow morning my coworker will be through to feed everyone. So close up will be tomorrow evening, tomorrow night. Not sure of a time, but I will, on the drive over here, I will ask Melanie to let you all know in the chat that we are on the way. So thank you again, everybody, and we will see you tomorrow.